Hi, hello friends. This is Bree. Welcome back to Be Bread Games and another episode of Under Your Moon. Ba, ba, ba. When we last left off, we were at the first quarter, and yeah, let's get into it. We're trying to work out how to survive the worlds colliding. You're consumed by trying Nox's science. You begin with the charm, as recommended. Gathering the components was easy in theory, but in practice, it's far more stressful going out with Nox's warning buzzing in your ears. The hardest part of assembling the charm turns out to be timing, as each component must come together at just the right moment. But once it's constructed, you have an odd metal charm that easily fits in your palm. Once that's complete, you're tempted to test it more directly, but ultimately decide against it. However, you do notice that next time you leave your apartment to get supplies for Nox's data collection machine, the overwhelming feeling that you were being watched is significantly less. You don't feel the need to check over your shoulder or run home, and you're able to breathe outside once more. It's a thrilling realization, not only because of your reclaimed freedom, but because it works. Their science works. Their magic science. Oh my god. You were able to use the sciences, even if it was just this simple one, and you feel more confident moving on to the data collection device. But that confidence fades quickly. This science requires an odd combination of materials, using elements you'd consider industrial and blending them with the elements you'd consider natural. It's a strange juxtaposition, one that truly feels like a marriage of science and magic. Once you've collected all the pieces, plus extras in the event of failure, you practice assembling the contraption over and over outside of the triggering conditions. Finally, after much longer than you would have hoped, you succeed, and move on from mere practice to building it under the required conditions. This leads to a whole other round of failure after failure. It turns out, Nox wasn't just bragging when they claimed this was a highly specialized field, and your utter lack of experience is thrown in your face. You try not to linger on the possibility this won't work at all, whether it be due to your world and Nox's science being incompatible, or something to do with you in particular. You don't let those thoughts weigh you down. You can't let those thoughts weigh you down. If you do, despair will strike, seeping into every muscle, and you will drown under its weight. So you push forward, desperate for another taste of hope and excitement. And then, after what must be more than a dozen attempts on this final step alone, the little contraption actually works. Word! The two forms of rock, one igneous and the other crystal, float between the two horizontal platforms of the device. They wobble a few times before they start to slowly spin, circling each other in lazy rotations. Had there been anyone to hear you, your whoop of celebration would have been audible a block away. You take your new role seriously and begin documenting your recordings as Nox instructed. Each day, when the sun and moon reach their peaks, you mark down the number of rotations per minute, a difficult feat as you had to track both the rotations and passing seconds, as well as the direction in which they spun. As the eclipse approaches, the rock spins slightly faster, the rotations increasing per minute noticeably. You become captivated by this science and hope that your meticulous care over the device will convince Nox to teach you more. Unwilling to wait for them or bank on their cooperation, you start venturing out again, looking for books that bear any resemblance to the principles that Nox had explained to you. Your search keeps you well occupied, and you barely feel the days passing. But your mission comes up woefully empty. You turn to your tarot cards. Your faith in them is reinvigorated by the new information that's come to light, and you're curious what they hold for you now. Let's do bottom card. Six of Wands. Private achievement, personal definition of success. You stare at your card. Not long ago, you had discounted your readings and their possible messages. Now you struggle to interpret your card, not because its message is impossible, but because the possibilities are endless. Knox was supposed to be here ages ago. They're even later than they were last time, and the anxiety has taken firm grip of your insides. You'd moved the device to your bedside table so you could watch it spin, finding an odd comfort in the stone's lulling rotations. However, that comfort is rapidly waning as the However, that comfort is rapidly waning as violet dusk shifts into early dawn. Something just hit my leg and scared me so bad, but I think it's just my chair fucking disintegrating. You know when the fake pleather on desk chairs just decides it wants to disintegrate now? I think that just happened, but I have a cover on it, so yeah, that's exactly what it was. I have a cover on it, and I guess something moved the cover, so everything that had collected just dumped out and hit my leg and scared the shit out of me. I thought it was a fucking bug. Oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry. We're supposed to be immersive, right? That was never my goal. You buy back your desperation to see them, the pain of being without them. You're not sure when these feelings have grown so strong. Part of you reasons it's your desire for next steps and solutions, but mostly, you know it's your longing for their company. Over the past few weeks, you'd experienced many moments you'd wanted to share with them. Moments of realization or success, moments of joy and struggle. Particularly when you had completed the machine, you wanted to know if it would make them proud. Things keep touching my legs and it's driving me nuts. Like the freaking cord for my microphone just brushed my leg too at the front. So of course I couldn't be like, oh, that's the chair again. No. Oh, okay. As you lay in bed with this unanswered question, your eyelids grow heavy, lulled to sleep by the fantastical machine when you're not looking at the device anymore. You're looking at Knox. In there, your brain short circuits. Are you imagining this? This possibly can't be real. Knox, your titties. Knox is on your bed. Chest rising and falling in slow, steady rhythm. They blink and it's clear that they were about to fall asleep. They don't disappear or fade. They're truly there with you. Well, as there as they ever are. Suddenly, Knox tenses and horror washes over their expression in a way that makes you feel slightly rejected. You push the feeling to the very back of your mind. I thought you weren't going to... I'm sorry, I was trying to... Simultaneously, you talk over each other and then cut yourselves off. Your pounding heart fills the silence and you can feel the heat of a blush on your face. You try not to call any attention to your proximity, afraid Knox will pull away. You don't want them to. Knox clears her throat and tries again. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. I don't know what keeps delaying me, but I didn't mean to abandon you. Your face flushes even darker, and their words smooth over something that had been growing prickly and painful in your chest. It's okay, you can't help it. Can I show you the machine? You got it to work? Yes I did. Ew. They sound impressed and you feel a surge of pride. You instantly forget about your state of partial undress, too eager to show them what you'd created. Yeah, look, it's behind you. Knox sits up in bed and you follow suit. They pivot so they can see the device, and part of you soars at the fact that they don't get off the bed entirely. It works! Yeah! You've never seen Knox so happy. Your mouth stretches into a matching smile. Incredible! And it looks like it's been functioning for some time. Were you able to take the measurements we discussed? This time you pop up, darting across the room to grab the notebook you'd recorded the measurements in, and then hurry back to bed. Yes, here. Knox surveys the numbers with a serious expression, and you observe them patiently as they jot the numbers into a book of their own. For a time, you both sit there in silence as you display your work and they note it down. You did a fantastic job on these readings. This information is going to be enormously helpful. What do these measurements do exactly? Knox settles himself on your bed, and you consider for the first time that your bed and your bed must be in the same space for this particular situation to occur. This measures location and proximity. It'll allow me to determine which world is moving or if they both are. And which is it? You're nosy. I'm not. I'm curious. You can't tell already, can you? I can. They give you no other response beyond a slight wisp of a smile. You get the distinct impression that Nox is teasing you, something that your brain refuses to wrap itself around or draw any conclusions about right now. Well, fine. According to this reading, your world is the one moving. The words sink in, and you realize then why Nox is so amused. That tells me nothing. Exactly, like you just asking questions that give you nothing. Go girl, give us nothing. So now you realize. Alright, so if you're so all-knowing, why don't we skip to the part where you explain it to me? Nox chuckles, and the sound fills your body with a fuzzy warmth. It's good, potentially. The worst situation is both of our worlds moving, but in the current situation, mine has stayed its normal course, while yours is both diverting and accelerating, as if it's being drawn in. You nod, understanding the parts you were able to follow and dismissing the parts you know are beyond you. Did you make the charm? I did. I made that first, like you suggested. Nox nods approvingly. And how's it working? Surprisingly well, honestly. Sometimes I can still hear things in the distance and I still see shadows, especially outside, but they never get particularly close anymore. Nox nods once more, looking pleased. Glad I could help. I was worried about you. It's been a long few days. Do you wish to learn another machine? Ooh, yes! Teach me science. Will you explain what this one does before I make it? They chuckle. Yes, this machine is designed to communicate with other machines, such as the ones you've already made. It's attuned to where they're located and can record a number of things, namely another machine's current and past locations. If I gather enough information for it, I may be able to calculate your world's trajectory and adjust our world's courses enough to prevent the collision. It makes sense, so you have Nox explain the next machine, jotting notes down in your notebook as they go. Now, this device is more difficult to make and will require more calibration, so don't be discouraged if it doesn't work right away. Nox is a natural teacher, you realize. The rougher edges of their personality smooth into patience when they explain the sciences, and it makes them quite exceptional. By the time they finish their explanation, you feel prepared to go out and make the device right away. Thank you for teaching me and letting me help. Nox gives a one-shouldered shrug, not quite accepting your thanks. They lounge back onto the bed a bit, seeming to have forgotten their earlier embarrassment over their pajamas and the fact that they seem quite comfortable. In fact, they seem quite comfortable laying beside you in bed. You may have been late, but it seems like we're getting more time together. It does seem that way, doesn't it? I rushed through that whole explanation, prepared to be yanked away at any second. But it seems the Cosmos have decided to be gracious tonight. Your chest warms, hearing the gentleness in their voice, and you find yourself glad they share your gratefulness for the extended time together. You also look less transparent. Do I? Do I? You never looked transparent to me. That surprises you. You're tempted to follow that line of questioning, but there are other things you'd rather know. What's your life like there? My life? Yeah, like your work. You make these machines, right? Why? I want to know. Vulnerability is unfamiliar to you after so many moons alone. Even this simple question makes you shy, and you wait with bated breath, wondering if Nox will indulge you. Thankfully, it doesn't take them long to oblige. Well, okay. You're correct, I make these machines for work, though mine are usually far more complicated. Yeah, you're an expert, I get it. A smile tugs at their lips. I'm not discounting you, it's still impressive for you to have made either of these machines. Their voices tinge with pride, and it fills you with more satisfaction than you could have imagined. Most of my world relies on and runs on machines like these. The downside is that they use a lot of energy, and having so many drain our energy sources has put us in a tenuous position. Without energy, our world cannot function, but if we drain it dry... everyone would die? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned that. It's insensitive of me, given. You wave your hand through the air, dismissing it. Don't worry about it, really. Knox nods solemnly. You miss seeing their smile. Your turn to ask something. How long have you been entirely alone? You've asked me this already, you know. I suppose I have a hard time wrapping my mind around that kind of thing. Isolation, I said thing because I was inferring. I have a hard time wrapping my mind around that kind of isolation, enduring that kind of solitude for so long. It's been a long time. Like I said before, I couldn't give specifics. I only know it's been many moon cycles. The loneliness is like any other emotion you bear for too long. Eventually it becomes a part of you, and you learn how to move forward with its weight. I see. Silence settles over you two as you each ruminate on your own thoughts. But it doesn't last long. You break through the quiet, not wanting to waste the little time you have left together. What about your family? What are they like? I have a younger sibling who is vivacious. Quite my opposite in every way, but they are the person closest in my life. They balance me, as I hope I balance them. And I have my father. He's a demanding man, but a good parent. I was raised with love and as well as high expectations. My sibling has been good for him, I think. They were impossible to pen in, and my father had to let a lot of things go. And your other parent? My other parent died when I was very young. I don't really remember them. You wince, regretting your question immediately. I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have. It's okay, doll. Not all forgetting is tragic. I'm not haunted by it. It simply is. You try to smile, but you feel it falter. And you? What about your family? Before they were, cataclysmized away. Cataclysmized. You hesitate, but don't want to meet their sincerity with disengagement. My mother, she was the last one who glitched, so it was just me and her for a while. You had lost your mother on the first quarter moon, but in a lot of ways, you had lost her in bits and pieces long before that. She was holding on for me, I think. She had lost her only son, her baby, her husband, her parents. I was the only one left. She had this obsession with animals. She loved them more than people, and she was always thinking of them. She was the only person I ever saw that considered that if the pets weren't disappearing but their owners were, they would be trapped and could die. After every moon phase, even the ones where we lost our own family, she'd walk around the city checking on the homes and apartments, and even cars of people that disappeared just in case. Aww. Did she ever find any? No. Pets seemed to be among those who disappeared, but we didn't know for sure, and Mom wasn't willing to whisk it, to be wrong and have an innocent animal suffer for our mistake, so we always went. Your mother sounds kind. You can't help but smile back, nodding. She was. I think she knew the glitch was coming too, like my brother did. Not to the same extent, but we were in the living room together, and suddenly she called my name. She came over and hugged me, so tight. It hurt, it was that tight. I've never forgotten the look in her eyes, the sadness in them, as she promised me that I'd be okay. And then she was gone. I think she saw it in the cards. She was doing tarot when it happened. The memory is surprisingly crisp, flooding you with the emotions connected to it. The confusion, followed by fear, followed by a grief so profound that you thought it would kill you, that you hoped it would kill you. A tear escapes, sliding down your cheek. Before you can wipe it away, Knox reaches their hand out, their finger brushing over your cheek as if to wipe away the tear. Their fingers never make contact, phasing through you as if you're made of vapor. You stare at Knox, and they stare back, directly into your eyes, not moving their hand just yet. You can almost feel the tickle of their thumb over your cheekbone. Even without the physical sensation, The gesture makes you want to weep. When was the last time someone comforted you like this? I think. You clear your throat, your voice sounding a little thick. I think she was relieved. I know she didn't want to leave me alone, but that's not the same thing as wanting to stay. In those last few breaths, when she said goodbye to me, I saw the relief in her eyes. You'd think that would hurt, but that's the memory I hold on to the tightest. She'd been carrying that pain for so long. Knowing she went peacefully, not afraid or angry, that's how I want to remember her. You were incredibly strong to have continued and persevered. Their voice is quiet and low, holding a gentle tone you've never heard from them. And to not only continue to survive, but to be such a creature of joy. You're remarkable. You avert your eyes for a moment, your chest constricting painfully. I'm just trying to survive. Not many would have the strength for that. As you fall into the safety of Nox's presence, the desperation to be next to them, truly next to them, almost suffocates you. If our plan works and we save my planet, I'll be alone again. I don't know how I can go back to being alone after. Their expression drops. Their expression isn't pity, it's... If you didn't know better, you'd say it was heartbreak. Nox removes their hand from where it should have made contact with your cheek and holds it up, palm towards you. Put your hand against Nox's. You place your palm against theirs, lining them up where they should be touching. It looks like your hands are pressed against each other, but it feels like open air. Their fingers are longer than yours, and you find yourself staring at its delicate shape. When you glance back at Nox's face, you find them staring at you with an intensity that could give off heat. I'll try and make something that allows us to talk even after our worlds pass by each other. Hope surges through you, and you try to suppress it. Is that even possible? Nox opens their mouth and then disappears. Despondent, you stare at the machine by your bed until sleep finally, fitfully takes you. Oh no, 2 things want here before pick one before the timer runs out. They're gonna get me again. No, boots. Waxing gibbous. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna overwrite that one. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna end it here, because it seems like a good place. A solid 20 something minutes. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Under Your Moon. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, maybe share, I don't know, whatever. But I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!